What is up, guys? This is the Anarchist. Like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Today, this is my updated godsworn deck for 2015. Yeah, and it's pretty fun. It's getting better every time, really. Now with Honest at 2, it's got more outs to Vanity's Fiend, which hurts this deck. Anyway, let's go over this. Start with the main deck. 3 Judgment Dragon. Judgment Dragon is your main boss monster. He is like your OTK. He's the best card ever, sort of thing. Then 3 Lumina Lightsworn Summoner. She's like the best Lightsworn if you've got a Lightsworn in the grave to draw. Raiden, probably the best Lightsworn. It's 3 Raiden, sorry. Sorry about the glare. 2 Lila, Lightsworn Sorceress. 1 Garroth. 1 Minerva. 1 Eren. I have decided to play a wolf. I would swap this out if I got a Felice, just because Felice is better in general, but I realised that having all the Raidens and everything to mill in this, if you're playing nothing to when you mill you will special summon, you're missing out on kind of the point of Lightsworn to luck and just suddenly get an extra monster. And because of that, I might even consider playing Felice and Wolf, just because when you mill, you want to get that extra monster out. I then play 2 Honest, because Honest is now at 2. It's amazing. It means you can attack over everything. Your opponent fears attacking Lumina's. Lumina in attack mode now, whereas before it was just a quick get the mills going sort of thing play. It's now an actual like offensive strategy. Let them attack into it and hurt themselves. 1 Light Ray Diablos. I've cut it down purely because I found that I've got enough dragon targets and it can be quite cloggy. I do have a few boss monsters in this. 3 Eclipse Wyvern, because you want dragon targets for these guys, the dragon rulers, and they're light and they let you search 8 Judgment Dragons. 1 Blackluster Soldier. Oh yeah, Blaster, Tidal, and Tempest. Don't play Redox because I don't play Card Trooper. Blackluster Soldier, Chaos Sorcerer. Chaos Sorcerer is a good one to side out. So is Tempest if you just need to. It's just one of those things, depending on the matchup, you can choose stuff from the side deck and just help it. 1 Unknown Synchron. I have been considering upping this to 2, or including a Plague Spreader, because it allows access to Beals, which is your main out to cliff off towers. 2 Gauze. You can probably side out 1 Gauze as well if you really needed to. And yeah, and then 2 Curry Bandit, because it mills more than Card Trooper. And Curry Bandit in Gauze, which is how I usually open with. If I'm going to get a Curry Bandit, I get it with Gauze. That's pretty amazing because you've got protection and you get to mill 5. Now for the spells, 3 Solar Recharge, 1 Charge of the Light Brigade, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Forbidden Lance, a Snatch Steal because Vanity's Fiend kills this deck, so I'm trying to find outs for it. Lance is 1, Snatch Steal, certain other monster. Oh, and a Trap Stun. You could play Royal Decree instead, but I'd rather have the ability to chain it to it. And if it sits on the board a couple of turns, your opponent's not likely to MST it because they know it's pretty dead. Then you flip a Trap Stun and laugh. So yeah, there's the main deck done. Put that out of the way. Now for the extra deck. Okay, we play the 1 number 47. I will say with the extra deck, I am missing a Dracosac, a Star Eater, and I would probably swap out one of my level 8 Synchros maybe. But yeah, I'd probably I played 2 rank 3s. Wind Up Zen mains number 47. If you had a Dante, you could play a Dante because that's like really amazing. Lumina. then instantly mill 3 in your main phase, and then you can get up to like 5 mills in your main phase because you go Lumina, Lumina, Raiden, and then overlay them 2 into the Dante and go nuts from there. So if I had a Dante, I'd drop both of these and just put the Dante in, and that way have room for Dracosack. Then for the rank 4s, I play Diamond Dire Wolf because it gets rid of skill drain, and that's really the main reason I play it in here, because skill drain, some say hurts Lightsworn, but because I'm playing Lightsworn rulers, you can get around it and just play the rulers more. Then play Steel Swarm Roach because it's like anti-pendulum summoning, and everything else it just stops high level monsters. A Gagaga Cowboy because it steals gains. You could maybe drop the Gagaga Cowboy, it's just nice to have. I then play the number 11 Big Eye because I don't have the Dracosack yet, I plan on getting one. And Big Eye is amazing. I might even consider upping him to 2 purely because every game I seem to make Big Eye. And then the Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. You very rarely make him, but you kind of need him. He is, if you've summoned your 3 Judgment Dragons, gone for the OTK, and they've stopped you, you don't want to mill 12 cards, so you overlay 2 into Felgrand. So you need him. You can play other rank 8s, but he's probably one of the better. Next is Ally of Justice Catasta, because the Unknown Synchron and level 4, or that's like it. I am actually highly considering playing Play Spreader now, because that actually makes more sense in my mind anyway. Anyway, 1 Black Rose, because Black Rose is like amazing, and 2 Michael the Arc Lightsworn. I've considered playing Yahtzee Evil of the Yangzings because it like shuts down Burning Abyss because it can't be targeted. But I was thinking, if you're playing these 3 ranks level 7 synchros, why would you bother? You've got an instant nuke the field, and upon summon, unless they negate the summon, which they very rarely do, you're going to nuke the board and they'll lose everything anyway. And then you've got the 2 Michael. You don't need to play 3 because you summon 1, it gets destroyed, goes to the grave, you get a load of Lightsworns back. You summon the next one, it goes to the grave, you get this one back into your extra deck and you can loop it, so you only need 2. Then 1 Beals because Cliff-Off Towers is played at my locals and he's amazing for just shutting down stuff. This deck especially destroys all rogue decks it goes up against. The only thing this deck really has trouble with is Burning Abyss, because it just causes some friction of the Vanity's Fiend and the sheer amount of back row it plays. And also, when the heroes come out, heroes is a pretty big problem for this, which is why I'm trying to find ways to think about that. But yeah. Then for the level 8, rest of level 8s, 1 Colossal Fighter. I'll probably swap this for a Crimson Blader if I had one. I plan on getting one purely because it hurts Pendulums and Neckcloth and stuff. Red Dragon Archfiend. This is until I get a Star Eater, and purely because I have him. And then a Leo, because Leo is like the anti Burning Abyss. This one card like just stops them playing for a while because they can't make anything big enough to get over it. You want to protect it for that. But yeah, and now for the side deck. 1 Puppet Plant because it's good for Satella Knights and Shadows, because it lets you take a most of Shadows are spellcasters, so you can take them, and it lets you take warriors, so yeah. If you're going against a lot of Clifford, I would advise the Electric Virus instead, because that lets you take machines. 1 Lila, in case it's really back row heavy. 1 Light Ray Diablos, in case they're a skill drain main in deck, and you need to have more dragon targets for your rulers. 2 Monster Reincarnation, just at the moment for a while. I only have that 1 Unknown Synchron. If I'm going against Clifford, I'll probably side these in so I can make Beals if they play the towers a lot. 1 Dark Hole would be a Regeki when I get it. one mind control, because mind control, where everybody was like, oh wow, it's amazing. Like pros were like talking to each other and saying, "We won't side this in if you don't," sort of thing. So yeah, it's still amazing. It still helps this deck, and its limitation of the monster can't declare an attack or be tributed means nothing in this deck. The third MST for Cliffort, Bottomless Trap Hole, because sometimes you just need it for those slower games when you know your opponent's a bit more stally or something. The second trap's done just because very back row heavy decks you can side in the second one. For Burning Abyss, 2 Chain Disappearance. This is seeing less play, but I still like the ruling that I heard of. It can hit the Dante. They summon the Dante, you flip this, it banishes the yeah. It banishes that Dante and the 2 others in the extra deck. Because it says banish it in the deck as well if you hit the it doesn't specify which deck. So I've heard a ruling where it actually hits the Dante, which is really nice. 1 Shattering Prisoning Mirror. If I had more, I'd probably play more. Malevolent Catastrophe, because back row heavy. This deck hates back row, really. And Mispolymerization, because it destroys. It is a multiple compulsory evacuation device against shadows and heroes and anything that plays fusions. So I decided, yeah, I'll chuck it in. But anyway, that's the deck. Any tips for it, please tell me. Always willing to always appreciate any new tips and stuff. And yeah, the Anarchist signing out.